Good morning, Colfax, and welcome to show 13 for April 26th.
Today we get back into the kitchen with Katie, where she hosts her first ever guest star.
And we catch up with our football team after another successful season in the sports update.
Welcome to the show.
Last week, leadership was out at lunch with Powder Puff signups for juniors and seniors.
If you wanted to play and haven't signed up yet, make sure you bring $20 today. Tomorrow is the last day to sign up.
The big game is on May 12th with the senior sunset following. So seniors, whether you're playing in the game or not, mark your calendars and let's celebrate together.
That's not the only thing coming up. The dodgeball tournament is being pushed back due to the schedule. It will now take place on Tuesday, May 4th and finish up on the 6th and 7th. Brackets will be sent to the team captain's email address. Make sure you are in Mr. Wolf's intervention for those days. Teams that did not show up will have to forfeit.
The freshman leadership is bringing back pajamas and pancakes. One of my favorite homecoming days will not be lost. So this Friday, bust out your pajamas and join the Pancake Dads in the quad at 7 a.m. for pancakes and cartoons.
I'm a freshman, so I need to get this straight. We get to go to school in our pajamas, have breakfast served to us, and watch cartoons?
Oh yeah, it's great to see many of Colfax's traditions coming back to life.
And speaking of traditions, your cooking show is slowly becoming one.
I wouldn't quite say it's becoming a tradition, but it's been a great experience. And this week, we bring you my favorite episode because I was in way over my head. Hurrah, Shamise, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Katie. For the first time ever, we have a guest star.
Alright, from Mikuni Restaurant. Let's do this.
Alright, so today we are going to be making sushi.
Missing someone.
So we're gonna make
The Falcon Roll.
Let's do it. We're gonna do a seaweed or soy wrap.
Seaweed. Seaweed.
All right, let's face down, shiny or rough?
Shiny.
Shiny. You got it. Let's put the water all over your hands. Because it's very, very sticky rice.
Yes.
All right, let's get 4.5 ounces of sushi rice. She knows exactly. Yes, that's it, yes. That is, she's so good. All right, now we're gonna put all over the seaweed evenly. Yeah, oh, maybe there's too much, but that's okay. Some people are hungry. All right, there you go, you got it.
Yeah. You want to get a good amount and you want to spread it evenly throughout the seaweed, covering almost all of it, but leaving like a 2-finger tail at the end. That just makes wrapping it a lot easier.
So, what do we do next? Inside out roll?
We're gonna flip it.
She knows it.
Out trying to break it.
Perfect.
Now it's time to flip it over and turn around so that that tail is at the end. We're gonna choose what ingredients we want to put into it now and make sure that you put them on the edge so that way they're in the middle of the roll. So I'm gonna do cucumber because I like cucumbers. And a little avocado. Make sure to put all the filling in at the end of the roll so that way it's in the middle when you go to roll it. Today we're gonna do crab meat for the filling. You wanna make sure when you're placing everything that it's pretty symmetrical so that way it's nice and easy to roll.
Let's roll it.
All right.
It's like a mini sandwich. Do this. And just keep going. Tack everything in first, right? All right, tack everything in, and then you roll another half. So far, so good.
Kind of just stuff it in, and make sure to pack it in and shape it. And you just continue to roll until you get to the end of the sushi thingy. And ta-da, that's a sushi roll.
There's a skill. Oh yeah. Let's use the whole knife. Just slice it. Bam, that's good.
By
That's
the end
good.
of this, I will know how to use the
Oh
knife.
yeah,
so.
you get in there, you get in there. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, good, perfect, you got it.
A little secret is to get the cling wrap and put it around the sushi so that way it stays together when you're cutting it. You can also wet your knife on a wet towel so that way it glides right through. We're gonna start by cutting it in half and then fourths on each side so that way this is an 8-piece roll. I can do math. All right, now it's time to plate, and as Taro said, you first eat with your eyes, so make sure it looks pretty when you put it down. And now we're gonna add some sriracha just to make it a little spicy. All right, and that's a sushi roll.
Making sushi is so easy.
Yeah. Okay, so if they want to learn from you, how can they do that?
Well, we have a sushiology class, 1, 2, 3. I mean, you can go bikinisushi.com, you can sign up. And we are doing it virtually right now. But should be opening up maybe next month so we can do it in person too.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you, Taro, for everything you taught me, and that's how you cook with Katie.
It's awesome to see how far Cooking with Katie has come, from making quesadillas to now working with Taro Arai, the Lord of Rice.
The Lord of Rice?
Yep, I looked it up. He won the global rice competition and got to go to Hong Kong to be the judge for the following year.
Fantastic. Well, it's been awesome to learn and teach at the same time on the show. Hopefully now my mom will let me use the oven. That would be a total score.
And speaking of scores, let's jump over to Mary for this week's sports update.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. The girls' varsity volleyball team had their first game on April 21st when they took on a seasoned Placer team but just fell short of a win. The girls turn their attention to May 5th when they go on the road to face Cross River rival Bear River. Until then, the team continues to practice hard and adjust to the reality of so many athletes playing multiple sports. Track and field has been rolling for 2 months now. The Falcons have seen many personal records, including Carly McCabe's first place in the 1600 against Placer. That ranks her first in the section. Benton Stocks is atop the section in both the 110 hurdles and the 300 hurdles at number 2. The team will head to Bear River on Tuesday for their next meet. The girls' basketball team went on the road to play Division II Grant last Wednesday, and after a hard-fought game, fell 59-49 to a talented Pacer squad. Christiane Carlisle put up an impressive 12 points in the first half. On Saturday, they played Del Oro at home and look forward to playing Davis and Lincoln this week, with both games being at home. The football season that was so in doubt actually happened, and it turned out great for the Falcons. Reporter Andrea Noessel with editor Charlie Satterley have this season summary.
The varsity football team has had an unbelievable, undefeated season with highlight wins over Bear River, Truckee, and Center. With the constant question hanging over their heads of whether they would have a season or not, they pushed through grueling early morning and late night practices. The team was in limbo for almost an entire year until they were allowed to play again. What should have been a fall sport turned into a winter sport and then slid into a spring sport. The team used that time to improve individually and as a team. The result? Wins.
Beating Center was so validating and rewarding for our senior class because last year Center beat us twice. And then we played a really good Truckee High School team who's a powerhouse in Nevada, and we beat them handily. And then it's always good to beat your crosstown rivals. And when we beat Bear River on their field, it was just a great way to end our season.
They had to take multiple COVID tests a week, or even the morning of the game, practice for months with social distancing protocols in place, despite the full contact nature of the game. Overcoming these hurdles together helped create a bond that will last a lifetime.
The thing that I've loved most about being a football player at Colfax is definitely the grit and determination that goes into the process of a season. We're such a small school, and playing larger schools and teams that have athletes, it definitely makes you learn how to work toward a common goal with other teammates.
Go!
There was a chance we wouldn't even get a game, but we didn't really let that stop us. We just all were really bought in and connected from day one.
That connection and commitment will have long-term ratifications for many of the players.
It's definitely the friends I've made along the way. I know they'll be there the rest of my life, and I wouldn't trade them for the world.
This year, the team showed just how connected, positive, and determined they were, and as the season came to a close, the seniors reflected while the underclassmen began to envision what the next season will bring.
That is so special and so unique. An entire team bought in, all prepared to give it all for one purpose, to be great.
Reporting for the 7-time undefeated Colfax varsity football team with camera op and editor Charlie Satterley, I'm Andrea Noessel.
Shout out to Mr. Devine for sharing his beautiful football action videography with the CTV team. Last week, the baseball team faced some fierce competition in the form of Truckee and Bear River. In the Truckee game, great pitching performances by Noah Sousa and Chase Pfeiffer set up Michelangelo Taylor's walk-off home run to win the game 7-6. The Falcons played Bear River and beat them 15-0 behind great pitching by Anthony Packard. This week, they face Alpha Charter, Center, and Marysville to see if they can add wins to their impressive 11-4 record. The boys' soccer team put up a pair of wins over Golden Sierra by a combined total of 7-3. The wins were keyed by forward Matt Schmidt and captain Ben Schwartz while facing North Tahoe on April 7th. Schmidt made run after run, resulting in the Falcons' lone goal. Looking ahead, the boys plan to work on strategy and team building to prepare for their match against Marysville on the 26th. Girls softball had a great 5-4 victory over Rio Linda on Thursday. Seniors Sophie Smith and Emily Cerner were joined by junior Emma Gawley, smashing back-to-back home runs. You can catch the girls playing Marysville at home on Thursday. The highly anticipated Nest is back and ready to support our girls soccer team. Thursday, May 29th, will be the first sporting event that will have properly spaced but allowed student section. The theme is blackout and there is limited seating, so signups will be coming to your email. This is a great way to connect with the drumline, hear the choir sing, and support our team. Well, that's all I have for you today, Colfax. Until next week, I'll see you in the Nest.
Thank you, Mary, for keeping us up to date on all the action with Colfax Sports.
If you haven't already noticed, the wildlife presentation on Friday was moved to Tuesday. So if you were signed up for that, it will be held tomorrow in the theater at Intervention.
I don't know about anyone else, but I'm seriously looking forward to what I was told might be a monkey.
Did you say monkey?
I did. And the Changemakers will also be there to announce their Patagonia raffle winner.
Well, that's all we have for this week, Colfax. Tune in next week to catch up with the soccer teams and to see how our Nest made a comeback.
Until then, I'm Katie Reynolds for Justine Romer. Have a great day, Colfax.